Looked like the suspect vehicle finally stopping. We'll work just for a second here to get it out of from behind that tree. You can see pedestrians out in the street waving their hands, getting involved. Very dangerous situation as those officers have their guns drawn. Best option is to be as far away from something this as possible. A large crowd here at Wall and 46th Street, where this pursuit looks like it is terminating. You see officers with their guns drawn, taking a position of concealment behind those vehicle doors, trying to tell the public there to move away so that they're not in harm's way. But this pursuit looks like it possibly could be terminating here at Wall Street and 46th. Now not only do the officers have to worry about that suspect in the vehicle, but they have to worry about protecting that public. So that's going to be their main priority before they get that driver out, is to get those members of that group away from the vehicle and into safety. Driver's hand is outside the window. And this is what we want to see, is a more peaceful termination. However, there are people getting in the line of fire, and that's very dangerous. So if for some reason a firefight were to come out, now those bystanders are in harm's way. You can see them holding up their arms, getting involved with the situation. The driver's hand's still out that window. The good thing here is, for the most part, the time is on the officer's side. So that suspect seemingly to give up. Now they can take this a lot slower and assess the situation, clear out the general public, and then take the suspect into custody. They have a large group of officers here. I'll pull out just for a second to show you just the large scene. It's a little hard to see behind that tree, but they brought in probably about 10 units to this termination. They also have units in the area to block off traffic so more people don't get involved. Driver door open, hands still up, and we'll see what happens as this ends. They're going to ask that suspect to step out of the vehicle very slowly, hands up, facing away from those officers, down on the knees. And now the group's approaching the suspect, getting closer, which isn't adding any benefit to this termination. If anything, it's making it more stressful for those officers in this situation. But now suspect prone out on the ground. And what they'll do is more than likely have a group approach, a arrest team approach that suspect and take him into custody. Hands behind the back. And they're also going to clear the vehicle and make sure there's nothing else dangerous inside that vehicle or anyone else hiding in there. We can see a large crowd, probably about 20 to 30 people here, getting very, very close to the situation, in the line of fire. If for some reason shots were fired, they would be in danger. Wall and 46th Street. Now, because of this large crowd, the L.A.P.D is actually having to divert more resources to this termination to address the large crowd that is somewhat unruly, according to what the scanner is saying. You can see that approach team approaching the vehicle, making sure it's clear from any danger, and now we are seeing an arrest team approach to take that suspect into custody, with officers covering the officers taking the suspect into custody due to the large crowd that has gathered. Not only do they have to protect themselves from a possible dangerous suspect, but they also have to protect themselves from any unknown situation that could happen due to the large crowd. L.A.P.D taking that driver into custody now. That vehicle is cleared. They're going to clear that trunk now to make sure there's nothing in that trunk that could be of danger. See the officer going into that driver's seat to open that trunk of this Chevy Cruze. Was involved in a pursuit of an assault with a deadly weapon suspect. The air unit leaving now as the pursuit's over.